This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Okay. Alright. So, I do occasionally flub the intro and redo it. Yeah. So Putrefy and Daemogoth Woe-Eater, unfortunately, are the two. I mean, they're the two best cards in this pack, and they're both black-green. The good news is there's only 5 color pairs in this format, and that means there's a lot of support, for all of them. So more than one person, even 2-3 people, can be in the same school. So. But yeah, I think it's between the Woe-Eater or the Putrefy. I do think the Putrefy requires less effort to be good. It's also more easily splashable and things like that. So I'm probably going to go with Putrefy. Great removal spell. There aren't a lot of artifacts in this set, but, that is upside in addition to being able to destroy creatures. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. Culling Ritual is interesting too, actually. So that had a lot of black-green stuff going on. And now we have Dina, who's quite good. Is there a monocolored card in this pack that I would want to take over Dina, especially after taking a Putrefy? Well, Kelpie Guide's pretty good, and so is Frost Trickster. You know how much I love Frost Trickster. I think we go with Dina, though. She just is such a good life gain payoff and has a lot of self-contained power anyway. So I think we take her over our Trickster. She is quite good. Especially after first pick Putrefy, so I'll take her. Wow. Okay, well, how? Like, how many cards are there that you take over Swords to Plowshares in this format? I mean, that's what we take here. We could, if we really wanted to try to stay the course, we could take, like, Mage Hunter's Onslaught, but that's silly. Swords to Plowshares is amazing. Killian's also quite good. Yeah, but we take the swords here. We can actually use it on ourselves to gain life. That might come up, So, kind of leaning toward Hunt for Specimens. The Strixhaven version of Elvish Visionary. Yeah, probably going to go there. Field Trip is interesting too, but if we're going this black-green route, we'd probably rather take Hunt for Specimens than Field Trip. This land's not bad either, but I do think Hunt for Specimens is good enough that I'd rather have it. So what we're probably going to do, I mean, if black-green stays open, that's probably what we're going to play, but we may try to splash the swords, which should be doable. It does cost 1 mana. Not being able to cast it super early is a little bit of a downside, but it's efficient all game long, and if we have like 2 white sources, that should be fine. Okay, another Hunt for Specimens is probably where I'm going to go here. Yeah. Yep. This card, basically all of these learn cards, like, I gave them 2 grades in my set review, like, if you had to main deck it, for all these learn cards, I'm actually talking about lessons with what I just said, but what I mean is all these learn cards are probably like a half grade letter grade better than I gave them. I've already sort of feel that way. I was excited about the mechanic, and it has been a lot of fun, in this early stage of the format. But yeah, so I think I still underestimated it, which is easy to do, I think. So I don't think I want 10 the Pests that much. That's probably a card I overrated in my set review, if I had to guess. I think we'd probably just take Inkling Summoning. We already have 2 cards that learn, and having a lesson is probably, we want to pick up at least 2 lessons, basically what that means. And Inkling Summoning is one of the good ones. I think, overall. Basically, all the token-making ones are quite good. So yeah, I'll take Inkling Summoning. Okay. Wow. Flunk is still here? Well, okay. People don't like removal in this draft pod. I don't know what's happening. We'll take Flunk for sure. I would first pick Flunk. And I'm getting it with my 7th pick, so I'll take it. What's the deal with this art? It's not actually the art on my swords to plowshares, and it's on my deck box. Oh, this is going over here, incidentally. Okay. Well, this is a good life gain payoff. It's been rough passing these Frost Tricksters, but we're going to take the Brackish Trudge here. We wouldn't mind the Pledge Mage either, but yeah, for now I think we want Brackish Trudge. Okay, so probably Blood Researcher. Pest Summoning's tempting. Yeah, Black-Green is very open, so that is probably where we're ending up. Someone else is going to realize that now is the problem, because there's so much good Black-Green in this pack. Yeah, I'm going to go with Blood Researcher. It's a really good life gain payoff. I like Fortifying Draft, too, and I wouldn't mind Unwilling Ingredient. I basically would play all the cards that are in this pack. So, we had to pick one, and I think that's the one we wanted to go with. So we picked up 2 good life gain payoffs. Right now we actually only have like 2 ways to gain life. Oh, well, we'll take another Hunt for Specimens, though, which will give us a 3rd way to gain life. Now we really want to value Lessons. We've got 1 so far. Even the mediocre, like, colorless ones, we want to be grabbing those, because they're basically free. So, I don't love Cram Session. However, in the event I don't end up with enough ways to learn or enough ways to gain life, or both, I guess I would probably play it, and it's more likely than the other cards in this pack, so we'll grab it. Okay, I'll take a Spectre here. Yeah, there is a lesson that fixes. There is indeed. We'll grab the Biblioplex Assistant here. Probably not going to play it, but... So, another Cram Session. We're not going to really be doing Dusk Mage things, but I guess I'm more likely to play it than a second Cram Session. Probably. Okay, well, we can only play the black side of this, but the black side's pretty good. Even if you can't build around it, it's quite good. Embrose. And if we splash white for swords, we might occasionally play the white side. So, yeah. So, we've got this good rare. There's also a Master Symmetrist. We actually don't have any mono green cards yet, which is kind of weird, but that's limited, in this format for you. So yeah, we got Master Symmetrist, Professor of Zoomancy, and Embrose. I'm trying to decide how good Embrose is in a deck with very few other +1/+1 counter things. I think he's probably still pretty good. And I think I'd probably take him. It's unfortunate this pack also has a Professor of Zoomancy and a Master Symmetrist, but, I think we take Embrose here. / Shale, even though we won't play the Shale side, most likely. Another Hunt for Specimens. I mean, if I can go crazy on Lessons, those are going to feel really good. Witherbloom Pledge Mage is pretty good, too. I kind of think, we've already got 3 hunts. I'm probably going to go for the Pledge Mage here. Big creature that gains us life is something we could use, as opposed to, like, another little Elvish Visionary type card. So we'll take the Pledge Mage here over Hunt. Expanded Anatomy, stuff like that is even stuff we'll be happy to grab. So keep an eye out for lessons we might want. And do I want Introduction to Annihilation over a Witherbloom Pledge Mage? I think I probably do. It's a pretty nice one, I think, in terms of, being removal and everything. So I think we'll take the Introduction to Annihilation here. Yeah. Man, all the Frost Tricksters. So, Plumb the Forbidden could be pretty good if we end up with enough other ways to make pests. Obviously, the best card here is Radiant Scroll Wielder, but thank you for the follow, Cole Drake. Yeah, we're going to go with Plumb the Forbidden here. Yep. Crackle with power, huh? All right. So it does sort of seem like other people are moving in on black-green now. But I'd rather have a Bayou Gruff, who right now looks pretty reasonable in our deck, or a Lash of Malice, which will be good in any deck. I think I'm going to go with Bayou Gruff here. You know, it's a nice thing to do to, like, hunt for specimens on turn 2 and then play Bayou Gruff. Like, that's a nice thing to do. Okay, so yet another hunt for specimens. I kind of feel like we just need to be grabbing a ton of lessons because we're just going to keep getting these, apparently, which I think they're pretty darn good. So, I don't like Containment Breach much. I mean, you know, if I needed a lesson, I would grab it for sure, but it doesn't have that many targets in this format. I think I'm going to grab another Inkling Summoning over another Pledge Mage. Okay, Expanded Anatomy is here, but so is Tenured Inkcaster. I'm not sure we have enough +1/+1 counter things going on to make that worth it. We probably don't, even with our Embrose situation. Yeah, probably just take Expanded Anatomy here. Campus Guide could get us a Plains, and we still have no fixing, so that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think we grab the Anatomy here. You go here, please. Thank you. So, Leech Fanatic or another Gruff. I think a Fanatic seems pretty good. Yeah. Another way to gain life and all that. Okay, you know, Introduction to Annihilation number 2 is tempting, but Professor of Zoomancy is way better. We're seeing some pretty strange cards, I think, in this draft wheel, which I think is good news for us. We've seen a lot of strong stuff. Okay, well, here we go. You know, we've had a lot of packs with, like, very attractive stuff in them, and now we finally sort of ran out of all that. I'm just going to grab the Archivist and be like, yeah, if you want to be in white or blue or red, go for it. I guess I can splash an Ether Helix if I really want to. I don't think I want to, but... So, how are we on lessons? We have 2 Inkling Summonings and an Expanded Anatomy. I kind of doubt you make it, but at least you're black. And we have 3 Hunt for Specimens. So we kind of have the minimum number of lessons. Getting the fixing one would be nice. Okay. Well, this is fixing that would help us. And I think in a lot of packs I would probably take the fixing. But I think Dragon's Guard Elite is good enough that we take it here over the fixing. It's just like a great 2-drop that can really get out of control in a hurry. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Swords is great and everything. But, you know, we have 2 good removal spells. They're not as good as Swords, but if we don't play Swords, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. I would like to, of course, but it may not happen. So, okay, so, man, there's like an embarrassment of riches in a lot of these packs. Agonizing Remorse is pretty good. Another Dina would be nice. Environmental Sciences gives us the fixing we want. And Mage Hunter's Onslaught is a good removal spell. I think I'm going to go with the fixing. If we have 3 cards with Learn, having a card that fixes for us, you know, and 1 Plains in our deck will be enough. And I think that's pretty attractive. As much as I'd like another Dina, our deck isn't so good at gaining life that I'm, like, going crazy about her. So, yeah, I think we take the Environmental Scientist. Also gains us life, by the way. And that lets us play Swords, I think. And, you know, here we're not giving up something as good as Dragon's Guard Elite to play the Swords. So I'm okay with it. Infused with Vitality is not a bad trick. Umbral Juke isn't bad either. Another Environmental Sciences, but I don't really think we need more than one. I'm going to take another Professor of Zoomancy here. He's quite good, so yeah. I think our deck's turning out pretty well. Black-green has been very open most of this draft. I think other people finally moved in once they saw a million hunt for specimens, because even we started passing them at some point. Okay, so yet another Professor of Zoomancy. I mean, how's our low curve looking? It looks all right. I mean, a lot of it is a little deceptive, to be fair, but I think we probably take another Professor here over Leech Fanatic. Or Witherbloom Campus. Of course, the other professors were wheeling, so maybe I should just be, waiting for that. So Field Trip gives us fixing too, but I think we're okay. If we end up playing Cram Session, we have 4 cards with Learn that are basically all sources of white mana. So that's plenty. We don't need to go crazy. But maybe I don't really want a second Pledge Mage at the top of my curve anyway. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, you're right. It is only Forest. Good call. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, we don't want it at all then. I don't think we got there on Pests enough for Plum the Forbidden to be really good. But we'll see. Okay, well, I think we take another Brackish Trudge here. Fractal Summoning wouldn't be bad, but we're good on Lessons. More aren't going to hurt, but when we have something as good as the Trudge around that, we gain life well enough that returning it will be pretty simple. I'm pretty happy about that. So I think I like Honor Troll a little more than Moldering Karok here. Yeah. 5 mana Cultivate. It's true. It's true. So we're probably not going to get that second Dina, but, I'll survive. Okay, well, we're going to take a really good lesson now because it's here. And there's not really anything we're giving up to take it. Necrotic Fumes is great, though. So we're pretty happy about it, I think. So we could grab an Introduction to Prophecy here. Silverquill Pledge Mage doesn't seem terrible for our deck because of the lifelink. We do have a decent number of tokens that Team Pennant might even be worth thinking about. Between our Wishes and our Hunt for Specimens and our Zoomancies. I think we're just going to take another lesson, though. I'll take a Karok. I don't know if you'll make the cut, but, I think our deck looks pretty good. Okay, well, we can even pick up a Silverquill Campus to make our mana even better. The question is whether I'd rather do that than take Umbral Juke. I honestly think our mana is going to be fine, and Umbral Juke is actually pretty good, so I'm going to take it here. We will, however... yeah, I mean, this is a little clunky. It does learn and all that, but I think we grab another... finally grab a Campus here. And here we'll grab a Pledge Mage. And another one. I kind of doubt we play them, but, Wow, we already have 4 copies of some rare? That's weird. Wonder what it is. Huh. Okay, then. Alright, so yeah, we're not playing these Pledge Mages. So, yeah, I think we may actually end up playing Cram Session. With the number of good lessons we have. I like the new set a lot, Bovkar. It's a lot of fun. It's banned. Okay. Okay, that's a nice additional value. So I don't really think we got there in Plum the Forbidden, unfortunately. So yeah, we're kind of looking at Cram Session. It has the ability to grab us all kinds of stuff from our sideboard, so I may actually keep it in. It's just a question of what I'd rather cut. I guess it could be like the Karok. I mean, our other 4s are probably better overall. And I think Pledge Mage is better too. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We are only running 1 Plains, so no thank you to all the Plains they wanted me to run. So, what do we need more? Green mana or black mana? It's pretty equal overall. So we've got 7/7 now. So we're going to go up to 9/8. Yeah. How do I feel about that? Kind of think it should flip. Yeah, I mean, our green stuff, I mean, the Zoomancy, I mean, we have early green stuff, but we have more early black stuff. So I think we actually want to go, oops, that doesn't add lands. Yeah, so we have 9/8/1 as our mana base, which is pretty good. All right, let's do this. Oh, we need to remember to put our Birds of Paradise sleeve on here and make it our default. I wonder why it forgot our default. All right, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, well, we got some pretty powerful cards on late picks in this draft, and that's usually a good thing. So, we have now, in our first 4 drafts, played four different schools, which is kind of funny. It's not something I was trying to do. Oof. Yeah, no. This would need some black mana to get there, and I don't think we can. We are on the draw. Mulliganing is just so hard to do in limited, like losing cards. Since literally all I need for this to work out is a swamp, I'm going to keep it. I think if you only need like one thing, you can get away with it. He says, as he doesn't draw a black mana source. Aha! We did it. Okay, what would we like out of our lessons? I guess just an Inkling Summoning at this point. I mean, we could grab the card that gets us mana. And it gains us life. I mean, that matters for like our Trudge. I could also just grab Necrotic Fumes because it's the best lesson we have. And just having access to it would be nice. Yeah, we'll grab Environmental Sciences here. This is pretty good play against a 2/1. Yeah, the 2/5 drops probably does mean you're right. Okay, so Dude enters tapped, but I think we still play it. All right, spirits. Okay. Okay, so we're going to environmental sciences here. I'm actually going to attack first. It's probably worth doing. Yeah, we'll attack first, because trading for one of these and then getting this back when we environmental sciences seems pretty good. Yeah. You know, also then blocking works for me. Not blocking, I mean. So yeah, we'll environmental sciences here. Not like that, though. And search up our planes. And then play Leech Fanatic. Uh-oh. That makes it very, very difficult for us to win. Unfortunately, Putrefied does not hit enchantments. Man. This card's hard to beat. We had that one lesson where it's like, there aren't enough artifacts and enchantments. So, of course, we saw this rare one. Yeah. Trying to think of what the best course of action will be here. So everything they block with becomes a 3/2 token. You know, we do have the exile non-land permanent in our wish board. So I guess that's probably what our plan ultimately will be. I think I'm going to play the Spectre here. Let's play Professor of Zoomancy. So we need to find another card, another lesson, to get rid of Dramatic Finale in the very near future, basically, is what we're looking at. Yeah, it's only once a turn, but that's still a problem, you know? So, I'm trying to decide if it's worth attacking here anyway. If it is, I probably should have done it a little differently, but, you know, we're going to do it. I should have attacked first instead of doing what I did. Oh, you know, he can actually pick off these X1s. Probably should have played... Oh, we don't have double black anyway, so... So they get their token here. The good news is I can like trade a pest for the historian and then get back my trudge. Well, not immediately. I have to wait actually. So we're just going to take this. That's such a sweet learn card. Most of them aren't so, this would be premium removal without the word learn on it. So adding the word learn is like nuts. So yeah, we need to wish for Introduction to Annihilation, basically. Or Dramatic Finale is going to beat us. It's basically... That is the situation that we're currently experiencing. I think we're going to play the Pledge Mage. Like, it has the size to actually block these things and not die. And that seems like a good way to help us get to the later part of the game. Hello, Espada. Yep, that's a big boy. I mean, Shale is pretty strong. And I'm kind of thinking about playing it. We have 6 mana, so I could play Shale and then also put a counter. Oh, I can't do it all this turn though. So maybe I just play Witherbloom Pledge Mage in this case. Yeah, I probably do. I just play a Pledge Mage here. So, you know, waiting this all out is the right thing to do. We have 3 more cards with Learn in our deck. And when we get it finally, one of them finally, we'll be able to deal with Dramatic Finale. At that point, I think we should be in pretty good shape. It doesn't let me look at my sideboard, huh? It's not very helpful. It's tough to power through that enchantment, even with all our life gain. Getting a 3/2 every turn for one of their creatures that dies, I mean, it's rough. I'm just making sure I have the exile target non-land thing in my sideboard is the main thing that I'm looking for. So maybe what I do here is putrefy the 5/5 and then just attack with everything. Well, these 3. That seems pretty good to me overall. I think it gives us a good hit here. Sure, they're going to get a 3/2 and all that, but I don't think we care. So let's putrefy this 5/5. I won't be able to replay the Trudge, but I can get the Trudge back. So you're right about that. Yeah, we'll rumble with everybody here. The 2/2 isn't going to be worth much very long anyway, so... So I can get back Trudge and then play Shale, which doesn't seem too bad. Yeah. So they finally gave us a good opening there where attacking made sense. Basically every other turn, before we got the 2 Pledge Mages out, it was not a great situation. But yeah. So yeah, we'll get back our Trudge. You know, maybe we just play the Spectre since it just kills them, basically. I'm just going to play the Spectre. Getting back the Trudge would be great and all, but if I'm allowed to untap, well, they don't die instantly, do they? But I think it's enough of a clock that I still do it. And it's a clock that doesn't involve me actually attacking, so... which is good to have against Dramatic Finale. Hello, M. Palos. This comes back tapped. Yes. No, it doesn't. You know, my preview card, Lowerhold Excavation, the Spirit comes back tapped, and in my head, these all say tapped, but I think that's literally the only one. So, you know. I need to remember they don't all come back tapped, come into play tapped. It's kind of a bummer they did that to Lowerhold Excavation, because, yeah, it's good, but, like, it's not like Lowerhold Excavation does it cheaply. Oh, it does say tapped, you're right. But I know on Lorehold Command it doesn't, because we had that yesterday. Oh my god! Speaking of Lowerhold Command... Wait. What happened there? Oh, they sacrificed a permanent. That's what they did. Got it. We're still in okay shape, but, you know, not in as good of shape as we were a moment ago. Wow, really? You're going to be that aggressive and let both my Witherbloom Pledge Mages rumble? You have to block both of them. Doesn't that just make you dead? I mean, okay. 3, 6, 9, 11. So yeah, they have to block both Witherbloom Pledge Mages. I think I just attack with everything here. So the bad news is Brackish Trudge comes into play tapped. So maybe I go a little more conservative. Like if they have a haste creature, holding on to one pest might be a good idea. Yeah. Oh, wait. They can kill me in the air. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. That Lorehold Command got us, because now they can swing for 12 in the air. I mean, I can play Shale as a blocker, so we're not actually dead. Oh, now we're really not dead, because they gave us 1 life. Yeah. Okay. So... yeah, we're going to have to play Shale here as a blocker, basically. So, go Shale. Then we'll play 1 Trudge. And get the other one back. Okay. Nerve-wracking. So they could have the +1/+1 to your whole board spell. That'll kill us, I think. Ooh, okay. So they're wishing for something is basically all they're trying to do. Reduce to memory. Doesn't quite kill us unless they have something else. Because they can only swing for 12. And they could easily have something else. They have a big hand. Any trick does it, after all. Any burn spell, any trick. Yeah. Rough. Yeah, Lorehold Command. You know, I gave it a B+. We played with it yesterday, and we played against it there. It feels more like an A, I think. Like, that turned the game around for them in a big way. Because we were, like, on the, you know, very close to victory, and then that Lorehold Command was just like, nah. I wonder if the thing to do was attack more aggressively earlier. I don't know. Could have been. This is the first draft, Eon Volterra. All right, we can keep this. Good hand overall. Oh, yeah, the enchantment is the main thing that beat us for sure. But we actually had managed to beat the enchantment and up until the point where they got us with the Lorehold command. Do I want to trade here? Probably not. Nah. I guess if I did, I could then Umbral Juke, which might have been good. Okay, well, we're going to attack. Good chance they block, I guess. Nope, okay. So, we're going to play the Trudge here. So that's going to make a 3-3. That's pretty formidable. Yeah, our Umbral Juke isn't looking so good right now. I mean, I can make a 2-1 with it, I guess. That's a thing. Let's play our Spectre here. And we'll end our turn. I'm probably just going to block the token with my 4-2. Yeah. We'll get him back later. Hey, that's what we're going to do this turn. Although maybe I'll just play my 4-4 now. This guy, because he can pick off the 1-1 and then start doing some other silly shenanigans. I guess I could also putrefy the Graf and then attack with my Fanatic. 3, 4, 5. So they're at the point where they can double that thing's power. I don't love that. Yeah, I think we're just going to play our Graf as a 5-4 and trade for theirs. I think that's our plan here. End our turn. Well, I'm glad we got rid of the Fractal when we did, I guess. Trade there. Yeah, so I think just playing a 4-4 here is pretty good. You know, plus it does other things, obviously. So I could attack with my Fanatic here. The best they can do is trade and then get back my Trudge. That doesn't seem bad to me. Yeah, I mean, we drafted a blue-red deck yesterday, and it definitely didn't feel good. But I think maybe we just haven't cracked the good way to draft it, basically. But yeah, it was definitely our worst deck yesterday. It just was like so clunky. The draft video went up earlier today of that deck. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, it's not a disaster, but it's also not good. Luckily, I have a 2-3 in play. Yeah, so the 2-3 does help things not hurt quite as much. I guess I'm just going to replay him. I mean, he can ping both of those 1-1s, so I don't know why I wouldn't. So we're just going to replay him. And end our turn. So yeah, that's the cool thing. You can tap him and kill X1s in addition to his other stuff he's got going on, which is cool. We're just going to take this. Okay. I think we're good. I think we have effectively stabilized here. Let's play our Professor and our Trudge. And then we're going to end our turn. If they have a fight spell or something here, that's not going to be good, but if we get to untap, I think... Well, even if they have a fight spell, I can just ping something. So, and that is what we're going to do here. Go ahead and kill this Death Toucher. So if they have a way to pump its stats, we are going to make it bigger. But, you know. Let's see if they do. They don't. Okay, so now we can finally get in there in the air with our Spectre, which is nice. Yeah, and I think that's what we do here. I guess I can attack with my Trudge too and not feel too bad about it. Okay, yeah, we got there. I mean, we had, you know, we did lose to a crazy good Prismari deck yesterday, too, that had, like, all the double spelling ever. Not double spelling, but all the big spells ever, and then it was copying them with Rutha over and over again. They had, like, 14 mana. Granted, that was with, I think that was with our no, it was with one of our good decks, I'm pretty sure. So, all right, I think we can get away with keeping this. There's a time like with this particular hand, I do kind of wish I had Pest Summoning to combo with our Groff, but you know, it's fine. We can get our search up a land card with our Cram Session. So, okay, well now I think we probably just play the Fanatic, and maybe we'll just draw a third land to play Honor Troll. That would be cool. Nope. Okay. We could go the Bayou Groff route, but that's just so risky. I don't think it's quite worth it. We're going to go with Cram Session, get ourselves up to 26, and then, yeah, what we need is Environmental Sciences. Unfortunately for us. People do scoop quickly, more quickly on Arena, I think, for sure. And they were probably a little early to scoop there. But yeah. Hunt for Specimens. I love that card. We could have had like 6. Okay. We drew our third land anyway, so I'm pretty happy about that. So they're planning to make this big with Expanded Anatomy. But I think we're okay with that. We're going to play Honor Troll because guess what? It's a 4/4. And we get to gain a little bit more life, too. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to go with Environmental Sciences here. Grab our planes. Yeah, and then we attack with the Honor Troll. Then we play our own Hunt for Specimens, which can set us up to potentially like double spell next turn. I think we probably just grab Necrotic Fumes. It's a great combo with Hunt because you get a creature to exile, of course. So I think we grab the Fumes because removal is, you know, good and stuff. Yeah, the pest tokens are cool. You know, they somehow made them cute despite being covered in spines and teeth too. Well, that does make our lives a little more difficult. Not hugely so, but... So, what do I want to do here? Do I just play my 5/5? Do I Necrotic Fumes the Spectre? Do I play Bayou Groff for 2? You know, if I could double spell, I probably would, but I can't. So I think I'd probably just play the Pledge Mage here. Yeah. Our poor Honor Troll. Okay. All right, then. Yeah, so we definitely attack here. If they double block, we use... Wait, you're a sorcery. So, I think we just use it now. Or do I just let them double block and then just play another scary creature? I kind of think that's fine. Although... maybe it's not fine, because they'll still have Introduction to Annihilation, but that's okay. We'll attack with our Pledge Mage here. If they want to go for a double block, I say let them. Yeah, if they want to just single block, that's even better. But, yeah. So we'll kill the Spectre here, obviously enough. And then I think we go Professor of Zoomancy. Bayou Groff to sacrifice one of these guys. So they can Introduction to Annihilation. It's true, but we just played two pretty good creatures, so... They are black-red. Oh, good. They have all the removal, apparently. Well, at least we drew another one. Another creature, that is. Okay, so... I think I'm going to attack with both. Yeah, so we drop them to 8. 9, that is. How worried should I be that they have a sweeper or something? Probably reasonably worried, but... oh, that card's cool. They're main decking that, interestingly enough. Okay, so... I kind of think we just Necrotic Fumes and attack for 8 here. And then play our Trudge. Yeah. All attack didn't win because they would have just blocked a couple of things there. Yeah. If only that were just a straight up removal spell, huh? Yeah, Spirit Summoning's not going to save them. We got there. It'd be pretty nuts if you could wish for just a straight up 3-mana sorcery speed murder. But, you know. Yeah, we haven't got to cast our swords yet. We have cast Shale once, and the other side once of Shale. So, you know, our White Splash is doing a thing. Okay, this is a good hand. We got an early Shale, which is, I think, probably the correct play most of the time. I mean, Shale's fragile and all that, but we'll play a Swamp first because we may change our mind, and if we want to play Dina instead. But if we can get Shale down on turn 2 and then everything we play basically comes into play with the counter. You know, if they hadn't played a Mountain, I might have gone that route. With Mountain in play, I'm a lot less keen to play Shale. Might still be worth it, I guess. Yeah, it's probably worth it. I mean, if they don't have the answer, Shale's going to give us a ton of value, so... even if we only get one counter out of it, it would feel good, and we might be able to this turn. Just play Dina. Ooh. Or that. I probably wait a turn until I can put a counter on it at the same time anyway. So if I want to be really greedy here, I attack first. I can actually still use the ability in response to removal. So yeah, we attack first. It's not greedy. Nice. So do I want to play Dina or Dragon's Guard Elite more? Shoot, I think we're playing the Dragon's Guard Elite. Actually, I wouldn't have been able to use it because of the way it's worded. It's not next time or this turn. It's has come into play. So this is a pretty disgusting turn 2, turn 3 for limited. So we'll see. We'll see what our opponent can muster, I guess. They may have removal here. They do. Oh, boy. This is going to be real good. Well, I'm glad I just went for it with playing Shale because, yeah, that's what Shale does. If you play it on turn 2 and it doesn't die. I could just flunk and attack for 8 and then play Dina and give her a counter. They did put Urza's Rage back on top, so Shale's about to die. So oh yeah, I do only have 1 black mana. Okay, so I think we just attack with these two, and if they want to trade with the Pest, we're cool with it. And then we play Witherbloom Pledge Mage and add a counter to it. I think that's the plan here. Yeah, so let me play Pledge Mage. So, yeah, that's that was turn 2 Shale, like, you know, it's hard to beat. It's interesting they chose, I mean, it was a hard choice, but, you know, the way we started that game with Shale and then the Dragon's Guard Elite, it's like, you know, I can't explain how frustrated I would be if I were our opponent. So, you know, they were like, oh, great, I can only Urza's Rage one of these, and the one I don't kill is probably going to win them the game. So, all right, we can keep this. Cram Session can find us our green mana, so seems fine. Cram Session has been fine in this deck. I mean, it's not great, but because we have so many cards with, well, now we don't need to do it, so that's good. That's even better. Not having to Cram Session on turn 2 does feel pretty good. You know, we can just actually play a creature. Yeah, the elite is scary for sure. But we actually had a hand that was better with Shale than it was with the elite. I think, anyway. Hey, we can blow up that equipment at some point if we really want to. So let's play our Blood Researcher since we can start gaining life in the near future. Okay, so do I actually want a Cram Session here? Makes my Blood Researcher bigger. No, we don't. We just play our Professor. We attack with the 2-2 and play the Professor. 2-2 still has Menace, even though it's not gaining us life right now. I've always got respect for Hunt for Specimens, you know. So next turn, we could potentially like Putrefy and Biograph, which is sweet. I don't really think Putrefy on the letter is a consideration for the most part. Yeah. I mean, it's a thing, but I'd rather kill whatever they play with it for the most part. Okay, so I think we're going to cram Session here and then play Biograph and probably attack with the Professor of Zoomancy in there somewhere too. But yeah, let's cram here and grab probably just our best one, as we've been doing. Then we're going to play, well, actually, I guess, yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and sacrifice the other pest now so we get the bonus. Yeah. And then I think we can attack with both of these without too much fear. It's kind of what I figured was going to go down. It doesn't drain 4. Your opponent just loses the same amount of life. They don't lose the same amount of life you gain. They just lose 1 no matter how much you gain. It would be nuts if it just straight up drained. Okay. They can equip their creature. Hey, there's our swords. We don't have our mana, which maybe that's what we should have grabbed, I guess. Okay. Well, that works too. You know, after that first game, our deck has pretty much dominated. We'll see if we can keep it up. This deck is pretty nuts. Like, how open things were in our draft was silly. So, especially the first 2 packs. Kind of dried up a little on pack 3. But, you know, we got, like, 3rd pick Swords to Plowshares and, like, 8th pick. What did we get? We got something really crazy on an 8th pick. I don't remember what it was now. But we did get something where it was like, how is this possibly still here? But yeah, we have a lot of rares, you know, and a lot of synergy and lots of lessons. Oh yeah, this is a good hand. Ooh, I like Zephyr Boots. 7th pick Flunk, that was the really weird one. Yeah, there it is. So we have something to do on turn 3, so I don't need to grab Inkling Summoning. I think I probably just grab Necrotic Fumes. We don't have any removal in our hand, so... Hey, look, we got our white mana anyway. I'm a genius. Okay, so let's attack for 1 here. Take that. I'm going to play the Trudge instead of the Troll. We have 4 cards with Learn. Okay, so let's attack with our Trudge here. Good chance they just take it, and they do. So it is going to help them ramp and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to kill it right now. I think I'd rather just add another big creature to the board. Plus, it gives us something else to sacrifice to Necrotic Fumes, so... I think the Learn and Lesson Mechanics are really good. I mean, I think they're really neat design to make this format feel unique, and I think they're all pretty darn good for the most part. Okay, so we'll attack with our big creatures here. I have a feeling something's going to happen. Don't know what, but something. think we're okay with that. It's better to play Honor Troll here. Does make these gain 2 at a time, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think using up more of our mana is probably a little better, honestly. It's more likely to be able to hit them and stuff next turn. Might get countered. Does not get countered, but they do ramp. But we still have Necrotic Fumes, so we don't have a lot to worry about. Like, we can kill most things that they play. Yeah, you can definitely end up in drafts where you don't have as many lessons, but it's not that frequent of an occurrence overall. Okay, so do I just send everybody here? The value I get off of the yeah. Let's go ahead and play our troll first, because gaining life matters a little bit. And then we'll attack with everything. If they want to kill a pest that can, we can get back our Trudge into our hand if that's what they do. Okay. Then get back our Trudge. That is a pretty big play in terms of slowing us down. Uh-oh. Well, there's what we're using Necrotic Fumes on. Obviously enough. Well, well, well. None of that was nice. So I pretty much have a free attack here, so I'm going to take it. Darn. We do know we're drawing our Professor of Zoomancy. I don't mind that. So this is about to be unblockable, and they can put the boots on it and start looting, but they're far enough behind in the race that that's a pretty dangerous proposition for them. Okay. My guys just keep getting buried in books in the library. Must mean they have a blocker to play now, which is not good, because they're going to be able to start churning through their deck and playing blockers, you know. We're out of gas, and they're very far from it. Okay, well, we may still get to hit them for 8 here, so that's good. I was going to say, in fact, it's kind of likely we get to hit them for 8. So we can scry. I don't think we're going to want to scry him away anyway, but, you know. I should remember that I can scry in general. Surely they have something now. That's something. Plus they can loot, of course. Yeah, but they're not going to. All right, so I think we send in... I think we can send in the Professor here, but maybe we just try to go wide enough to kill them. Because the Professor, obviously, the Needlethorn Drake kills the Professor in combat, but it gets it out of the way, and then we still have a 2-1, a 1-1, and a 4-2. I mean... Do I want to wait a turn? I could scry now to have more information about whether I want to do this, but it would also give away that I can't interact at all on their turn, and I can't decide which of those is more valuable. Both of them are kind of negligible because I may not get any information. Yeah, we're gonna do it. This time we'll actually scry, so... Their deck probably has a better long game than ours. You know, yeah, that's pretty nasty on the Trudge. Since he comes into play tapped, he's real slow. All right, so I guess I'm going to 4/4. They can attack here, I think. They might not. They might be afraid to, but I think I would. Yeah. I mean, if I draw removal, they're dead, but how likely is that? It's, you know, we have a few cards that could do the job. Putrefy, swords to... Well, swords won't kill them, though. But yeah. All right, so let us scry. No, thank you. Do I pause again on my upkeep? Oh, well, okay. There's that swords. I'm not sure I actually want to use it just yet. Doesn't really seem worth it just yet. I'm going to play a land here so that I can scry and play swords if that's what happens. If that's what we need to do. Yeah, I put the hold on their draw on accident, so that's funny. Uh-oh. Things are getting ugly. All right, I'm probably going to have to swords that thing. Although this is unblockable and we're at 16, so maybe not. I think we'll scry before we do. Yeah, we're going to do it. This is a situation where it's less good, just because we have reach, we have ways to finish them, and if I swords this creature, it's going to get harder, but I think it's enough of a problem that I'm going to do it. All right, so let's scry. Another professor's not bad. Obviously enough. Yeah. Yeah. It's what is that extension called? Cardboard.live, Youngblood. It's called Cardboard.live. Ugh. Well, yeah, I mean, they're definitely out-carding us here late, and it's kind of rough. Okay. That's pretty good. So we definitely want to play the 4/4 here. So, yeah, let's attack with both of these. Deal. And let's play. Maybe I should have just thrown pests in there. Because if I did, I could have returned my trudge. Yeah, those boots are so good. Basically, all the equipment in this format is quite good at all rarities. Yeah, we can turn pests into cards. Let's see what they're going to learn here, though. They may get the destroy a guy. No, just fractal summoning, which isn't good, but Embrose still being alive isn't bad. Yeah, it's a 7/7. So let's scry. And I guess we're going to do it again on our upkeep. Damn it. I clicked too late. Okay. Well, we're actually kind of okay here, believe it or not. Get to play another big boy here. Yeah. We're going to use them to block and then ping them with Embrose. Stuff like that, I think, is our plan, basically. We are 4-1 Kenyan Thunder with this deck. Yeah, so we're going to hold off for now. We can also make our Pledge Mage big enough to rumble. All right, well, they're trying to run us over with fractals. And it's going pretty well, I think, for them. I mean, the good news is our pests live forever, but, you know. No, I can return the trudge on my turn. So what we're going to do right now is ping one of these pests and draw a card. Yeah. And then return brackish trudge. All right, so our plan, I guess, is to try to go wide on them here. It's not a bad plan. So we play a Professor. And I think we play a Bayou Graph and sack a Pest and then play our Trudge. Yeah. Oh. Well, the good news is I can get up to 16. Oh, no, I can't. Unblockable. Yeah, we are dead. All that felt so good, but none of it mattered because, yeah, unblockable and all that. I guess what I should have done is tried to draw a card. Let's see what would have happened if we drew a card. Damn. That hurts. So if we'd drawn a card, we could have survived, but we didn't. So, you know. I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have looked there. Might have even won that game if we had gone that route. Because they would have equipped the boots. Well, yep, maybe. If they had decided to Alpha Strike there, we could have won. We still might not have, but, you know. Right, this is a solid hand. Yeah, he did do the smart play of doing that because it made me not think about it. I was just like, I can block that. Pretty good hand. A little more life gain early would be nice, but, you know, what are you going to do? Ooh, drawing a 2-drop is good. I think it's funny that she drinks... I guess the idea is she drinks souls? I don't know. So, unfortunately, we can't flunk this just yet. It only gives -1/-1 this turn. And Zimone is kind of a problem, so I wish I could. But we do have a free attack here, more or less. That we'll go ahead and take. I think they probably take 1. There's too many tricks I could have. Maybe they're watching the stream. You know, no, they're not. I almost feel like if somebody does decide not to take that there, it's like, okay, they're watching the stream. Because that's just like such an unnecessary block there. Yeah. We'll be able to kill her this turn, most likely, with Flunk. So that's good. The 3/3 was also unblockable, Lodo McDodo. So that's how. Okay. You know, she's still far enough from being crazy good that I don't think I'm going to kill her still. So, we could play a 2/3, but it seems like this is just going to be way better. Yeah, that Vortex Runner is a 2/3 Lodo, but when you have 8 or more lands in play, it gets +1/+0 and unblockable. So even without the boots, we couldn't block it. So that's how we was dead. Lots of damage we couldn't block. Teamer, huh? We also have 3 of this guy, which is, you know, one of the best commons in the set, so that works out pretty well. We haven't had good, easy ways to gain life, which has been a little awkward. So I think I'm going to attack. I am going to attack with both of these. I can use Flunk to really wreck the block if they try to block Blood Researcher. Yeah. They might just take this. I've enjoyed the format so far. We're doing reasonably well. We have one bad deck that sort of tanked our record, but we've had 3 decks with winning records and one 1 and 3. So it's been pretty good. We've played 4 drafts and we've played 4 different schools, which has been kind of weird that it would line up that way. All right. Do I just play yet another professor here and just try to, you know, run them over? I think that's probably the plan. They could have counter magic, but that's okay. All right, end our turn. So at instant speed, we can sack a pest to make this a 3/3, for example. All right, I'm just hoping whatever they try to ramp into, we can just kill. That's my hope. Yep, we can kill that. That gets pretty close to us getting there, I think. Yeah. So let's flunk the 4/4, just attack with everything. That is the plan here. Yeah, we did lose twice to Jodzi yesterday, so that would be funny. / awful. Maybe it's not worth attacking with Dina. It probably is, though. She can gobble up one of these and get high enough power to kill them both. She'd have to gobble up both of them, I guess. Yeah, I probably... Yeah, I'd probably attack with everything. I think that makes the most sense. I don't really miss Magic doing block sets, honestly. I think the draft formats have been, for the most part, much better since they switched to this sort of single set model. So that means we may as well eat this pest. Can I do lethal to them if I eat the other pest in our next main phase? I guess we'll see. I'll do the math once it matters. Because right now, this is definitely what we do. And that does an additional 3 to them, more or less. So, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, an additional 3. Because drain 1, she gets 1 power, and this gains a counter. I think if we just sack... So we're hitting them for not... Yeah. So we'll have lethal... What happens if I sack the other one right now? So if I sack another one, they'll go to 11. This will gain a counter. It'll go to 4. And she'll gain 1. So we'll be doing 7... 3, 5, 9, 10. Yeah. So I think we eat the other pest right now, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I sacked the prof, that would have done it, too. You're right. There were lots of ways for us to do lethal there, I guess. I was sort of zeroed in on all the life gain triggers, but yeah. The blocked bear would have done it, too. So, if we continue our pattern, our next draft will be the one guild we still haven't drafted, which is Quandrix. Yeah, the fourth thing was easier math than the pest thing. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Having Umbral Juke on the play can be pretty nice. I should wear my school scarf. You know, I considered that, but I thought that would be a little too over the top. Like switch out my scarf depending on which one I'm playing. I have my pins right here. I could switch pins on, but you're not going to see those, so. Nice. Yeah, so we definitely attack with our Fanatic. The question is whether I want to Umbral Juke that Spirit. Whether I think that's worth it. Good news is it's an instant, so I can wait to decide. I could also just flash in a 2-1, which isn't terrible. So... Ah, well, now we definitely Umbral Juke. Nice. Unfortunately, we don't have a great way to punish them because we still don't have a play until turn 5, but, you know. Fuming Effigy. Uh-oh. We could use that Plains right about now. That's not a Plains. Well, we might be in trouble here. We'll be scrying at the end of this turn at least. We have that going for us. Let's attack with our Pledge Mage. Might get expelled. No. So Shale, you know, as we saw earlier in this draft for us, can take over games if you don't kill it right away. And we're not killing it right away, so things may be about to get really, really bad for us. We at least have them at 11. With that, we have that going for us. Oh, they did it backwards the way we almost did it earlier. Because it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. The bad news for us is this 5-3 can still trade with our Witherbloom Pledge Mage. Oh, not if they attack me, though. All right, let's scry into something good. That seems pretty good. The reach is not a joke, so yeah, I think we'll accept that. The bad news is they're gonna start like making tons of spirit tokens and damaging us and stuff, so they may be able to outrace us here for sure. We almost did the same thing with Shale earlier, and I'm glad we didn't, because yeah, it's tapping it down for no value is rough. All right, so they're at 6. We have a Spectre of the Fens in play. That puts them on a 3-turn clock if the Spectre is allowed to live. All right, well, that's not good. But I still think we can outrace this. Ooh, it's not good. Like I said, though, still think we can outrace it. No, I'm not going to scry on the upkeep because we need to be able to use our Spectre's ability pretty badly. We're going to take this 5. So this costs 6, and we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 1 mana shy of being able to play the Troll, too. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know now. I'm kind of doubting we can outrace this, thanks to that huge Shale turn. But I do think it's still our best bet. Just trying to drain them out before they kill us. Whew. 5 mana discarding your upkeep's worth it when you have like 10 mana. But yeah, we're not there. All right, so we're just going to have to lean on this Spectre of the Fens plan and hope it works out. The bad news is they can use this ability again here. Give something flying, and yeah, so I think we might be dead. We can get up to 15. Still be able to block one of the big boys on the ground if I have to. This is nasty. Like, we had a good Lorehold deck yesterday, but we didn't get to do this, like, Quintorius value engine stuff. Yeah, if they're a little conservative, I'm going to be pretty happy. Oh, darn. So much for being conservative. They should basically be attacking, I think, with most of their stuff here. All right, so we're going to block the Fuming Effigy here with our Witherbloom Pledge Mage. Yeah. And take 9. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to survive. There's not much that can do it for us. The Spectre's ability is just too slow here. Oh, yeah, now it's definitely too slow. Well, they are going to let us draw a card. I kind of doubt it bails us out, but... yeah, we did. That's okay, though. 5-3. I think this deck, that's, you know, that's a reasonable record. I will take it.